Hello friends, welcome back. We are going to understand and discuss the top 50 interview questions from cybersecurity sector, and this session will talk about the first top 10 questions. We'll go ahead the answers as well, and it's going to be very easy for your understanding, and I definitely hope you will like it. We'll start with the questions. Define cybersecurity. Cybersecurity means protection. We are going to protect our hardware, software, the data from the attackers. Most importantly, we want to protect and we aim to protect against the cyber attacks like accessing your data, changing your data, or destroying the sensitive information. All these come under the cyber attacks. We should protect ourselves against all these, and cybersecurity provides you that facility. Mention the major elements that fall under cybersecurity: information security, network security, application security, and even creating awareness at the end user level. We need to create and we need to educate the end user and the stakeholders. That also is even one of the very important elements of cybersecurity. And finally, planning. We need to install, we need to upgrade, we need to invest some money on it. So that becomes planning, and that's connected to business. So mainly it is information security, network security, application security, the educating, as well as planning, which comes under this category. Why do we need cybersecurity? Very simple. There are multiple reasons that we can go ahead and cite, and the major reasons are listed here for your quicker reference. Everything is digital, right from your watch till whatever you do with respect to your banking or online transactions, everything has become digital. So it's very important for us to make sure that we are not attacked by ransomware, malware, or we are not phished. So we need to definitely protect ourselves from these, and they are on the rise. The user and their data are to be protected. We need to identify the sources for the breach, and we need to protect ourselves from that. We need to prevent access from the unauthorized users, and all these are really very important, and that's why we need cybersecurity. Define malware. This is a very important interview question. Malware is a malicious piece of code. It's a small piece of code that can do something really nasty, like it can steal your password, it can capture the keyboard strokes, it can steal your data, it can encrypt or lock your user's data, and it can demand something in turn. For example, it can ask you money to unlock the computer. So all these are done by malware. Malware is something really very nasty, and it's a small piece of code that can do the damages. And in turn, for the damages to be corrected, the attacker may ask you for money. Right. What are the types of malware that you are aware of? Trojan, scareware, keylogger, and ransomware are some of the very important types that we can highlight. Can you talk about all the types of malwares that you discussed just now? Yes. Trojan is one of the very important types of malware which is targeted to steal the banking credentials from the victim's computer. The scareware is the next type, which is definitely targeted towards stealing information, but this one is slightly different. This will display messages on your browser stating that your computer has been infected, that there is a virus in your computer. Click here to clean the computer. These kind of stuff are called scareware. Keylogger is very simple. This will capture your keystrokes. That's all. And the keystrokes will be sent to the attacker, and he can do rest of the things for you. Ransomware. The ransomware is the one which is going to lock or encrypt all the files in your computer, and it will demand something in turn to unlock the data. Most of the times it is bitcoins which is demanded. Define phishing. Phishing is something very simple to understand, and it is massively popular. Most of the times the phishing is done through email. So it's very simple. It's an art of tricking a user to click a particular website or URL link to provide all the sensitive information. I'll send out an email saying that, see, your password could expire in 2 days. Please give your information in order to reset it. Your password has to be reset immediately. Your banking transaction password has been expired. Please click here to reset it. So these kind of mails you could often see in your mailbox, and that will appear like legit email, but they are phishing. They collect all your data and you are caught. Define typo squatting with a simple example. Typo squatting is spoofing again. It's spoofing, but it is spoofing, it refers to the spoofing of a legit brand name. For example, let's take a very simple example. The website Citibank, citibank.com/netbanking/login.asp is the legit original website, right? You can understand that the citibank.com is the domain name, the citibank.com/netbanking/login.asp is the URL. Now, in this case, if this has to be typo squatted, the attackers could change it slightly as CATY bank. You can see the difference here. The original spelling is CATI, and the bank spelling that here we have given is CATY. So the attacker will slightly change the original spelling and it will look like legit, but it is not legit. This is called typo squatting. And they can track your Facebook account, and if they see that you have liked the Citibank page, they could try this trick with you. The moment you like the Facebook Citibank page, they understand that you are an account holder or you have some dealing with Citibank, some accounts with Citibank, and they can try to push this email to you. And if they are lucky, they will get your details within seconds through this. So please make sure you analyze the spellings before you give out any kind of sensitive details. That's very important. How to identify phishing and tricks used by the authors? Very simple. Please read the spelling of the websites carefully. Most of the time, the spellings will be a very good check for the end user to understand if the website or if the link given is legit or not. Second, please see the copyright note. Copyright Microsoft Approved 2015 is something which will most commonly come along with the phishing mails. You are in 2021, we are in 2022, we are going to be in 2022, so we are above 2020. So all these mails that's like 2019, 2018, all this kind of stuff would not be meaningful anymore. So Microsoft would update it. So see to these kind of information which carry some wrong years there, which will not be done by the legit companies. Also, please make sure you check the icons. The icons, whatever we are seeing in front of us, should be legit. You can see a minor change if they are non-legit icons. And green lock. We need to look into the green lock symbol. Right. What is the green lock is next question. The green lock will indicate that all your data are encrypted and they are not in a clear text pattern. And banking sites, shopping sites, the travel sites, all will have green lock symbol today. And that's very important to check. And anything that deals with the passwords, the usernames, or payments via payment gateways, all these are using green lock today. So please check if you are having the green lock symbol, and without which do not go ahead further. We will see the next set of 10 questions shortly. I hope you like this session. In case you have any questions, please go ahead and type in the comment sections. I'll be happy to answer them. Thank you. If you like the channel, please subscribe. Thank you.